Welcome to Gray Areas for March 31st, 2026, episode 717, I believe. I don't have a card in front of me, but I think that's right, because 715 was the anniversary one, so I think that's good.
Who knows?
And look who's not here.
Dave's like, I'll be on a minute or two after 8. It's like, that's such a cool story. You know what time we start? 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
So,
it's 8:03, so he is technically a little behind schedule.
And I don't really want to vamp a ton because I want to get into this.
Yeah.
I would like to get to at least like near the end of this so that we're set up for next week. We have a top 100 trivia to go on top of the Disney stuff, so it'll be Disney themed. If you've been liking the idea of that but not into it because of the sports, good news. It's going to be a pop culture one next.
Yeah. I was actually thinking about this today. I had this really good idea of something I thought Dave could try. It's showing up on fucking time ever. That was what I like.
He's
a
gonna
revelation
get really
that I
mad
thought
at
about.
you when
He's
he
not gonna
shows up.
fucking know, because he's gonna have no clue, and then he's never gonna listen to the episode again.
So we will briefly review
go
what
back
this
and listen to
was,
get mad.
just to give people some background. If you didn't see last week's episode, well, if you're watching live, then it's going to be tough for you to go watch it now. But if you are watching after the fact or you're on the podcast version, check out last week's episode. We started going through the 64 Disney animated classics.
And we already made a mistake.
That has a classic meaning to it. Like it has a specific thing. And that means that there's no weird sequels, no things that weren't actually done by Disney Animated Studios, etc. The most recent one gave us 64 cleanly, so we had to do a bracket. We had talked about wanting to get back to tournaments, and what better time to do it than March while March Madness is happening. And last week we got through almost all the left-hand side of the bracket. We were hoping to do half and half, but we had to get off to a delayed start last week. We have 4 movies left on the left side of the bracket that we will whittle down to 1, setting up half the title matchup. And then we will move to the right side of the bracket and plow through all of that, or at least most of it this week, before next week we finish it off. And then we'll set the stage once, Dave gets on.
No, we should hurry and vote without him.
But
If you're a fan of Mulan, bad news. We made a mistake.
Didn't make a mistake.
I thought like all week it like upset me that Mulan is out of the thing. That's such a fuck.
I didn't make a mistake.
We fucked up as a panel.
I'm still
Well,
pretty
I
happy.
didn't fuck up, to be clear.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what you're saying. We
Really?
tied, and then I was
all
like,
3 of you fucked up because I don't.
no.
Was Dave with? No, it's 3. It didn't even go to the.
I don't know. Dave seemingly hated
Yeah, he
almost
did.
every single movie.
It was so funny because he was like, "Oh, the music in Mulan," like it was my fucking trash music. And I looked up like Mulan later, and they were like, "It's beloved mainly for its music." I was like, "Dave, that's such fucking bad opinions." It's like, "Well, I'm allowed to have whatever opinion I want," as though that like exonerates him from.
I mean,
being
he didn't really like a lot of the movies that were on that side of the bracket, from what I kind of gathered, because he also doesn't like Zootopia, but he voted on the He could have gotten rid of Zootopia by just going with Mulan, because the chat was going to take Mulan on the tiebreaker.
Yeah, I know.
He's the sole way. I was not going to move. I like Zootopia. I don't have any shame in that. It's just
and you know what he did while I'm airing my grievances. I have never said I am voting because I have integrity, Cody. I've never said I am voting this thing to spite anybody. Never happened.
No, I don't. I have not. I have not recalled that so far. That's something I would do.
That you
genuine. I would do that
for sure. That's very much your wheelhouse.
Yeah,
Dave. Absolutely. It just made me mad, and now Mulan has paid the price. Yeah, Chris, I'm vamping here.
I know.
I can't fucking help but notice it's 8:05.
We'll retrace our steps a little bit about how we got here, and if we get to 8:08 and we haven't heard a peep, we're going to move on without him.
I was like, we can't even jump to the 16 and 1 seeds of the other side of the bracket the way this one works.
Unfortunately, the matchup mode is very specific,
Yeah.
and it's neat because it lets us see the graphics all full size and just kind of do things automatically, but it's limiting because we could just plow through a couple 116s that we know are going to go exactly one way. We got here because we have Hercules and Zootopia on one side of the bracket, Lion King and Tangled on the other. And again, these 4 are fighting to make the title game. There's a whole other half of the field, 32 movies we haven't gotten to yet.
I feel like I already know where we're going with these 2 matchups on this side of the bracket. But
probably.
You know what's weird? Can I vamp, Chris? Is that fine?
As long as he doesn't get on, yeah.
Okay. So as much as I bitch about Mulan, and I am correct, like that's fair, I will give credit to like the bracket thing fucked Mulan. And we kind of talked about this last week. It boosted Hercules.
Yeah, 100%.
Hercules should not be here, but it was
probably
favorable
not
matchup after favorite, which I'm okay. I like Hercules as a fan, maybe the most here.
But if you
Perhaps?
like swapped Hercules and Zootopia, regardless of the seedings, then like Hercules probably maybe doesn't get as far as Zootopia did. Zootopia maybe
Right.
isn't Hercules'
Right.
spot anyway.
So so that's why.
Because
Like,
again, I know that you had a problem with Zootopia, and Dave was getting into the now it's overrated thing. And I was like, I don't really know about that. But like, if you were tiering these, I think you'd still have Zootopia at least a B, if not an A.
Oh, probably A.
Yeah,
I don't hate Zootopia.
Exactly. It's like you just really, really, really like Mulan, and it would be one of your S tier ones that got bumped.
Yeah.
Earlier than again, I agree. You just ran into someone like me, and I guess Chris as well. I really like Zootopia. It may be my favorite Disney movie.
Mulan is not like well, right. So for you, it's maybe S1. Like
one
absolutely.
Of one.
And if that's me for Mulan, maybe. It's like
and it's such a different movie because like there's music in Zootopia. It's basically one song, it's Shakira. And Mulan is really based around how much music is. They are different types of movies. Like, don't get me wrong in any way.
I fucking hate that song. You know what? And I didn't.
And I'm not going to say Zootopia's music is good either.
Can I just say, I didn't even hate Zootopia 1's music until Zootopia 2 came out, and I was like, oh, so they just ran the same fucking song back.
Which,
like, formula-wise,
it's
the same sound, it's the same bullshit.
Which I kind of take to be pretty funny because I like the idea that in the Zootopia universe, Gazelle is just kind of like a pop hack. Who just exists and is just very typical radio music popularity.
Plug it in the Gazelle machine.
Exactly. And like, I said that because then we have Gazelle getting mad at the Zebros, Roman Reigns and CM Punk, hilariously enough. It's just like, it's its own little small weird side thing. I'm like, you know what? I like Zootopia a lot. You know what I really didn't ask for is more Gazelle.
Fuck.
Yeah. I could handle Clawhauser loving Gazelle in the original thing, and that being the funny bit, that it's just like the pop star that everyone loves, who really isn't actually that good. No.
And it's kind of akin to Oops, I Did It Again in my mind.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know, like Hit Me Baby One More Time was an all-time classic, and then Oops, I Did It Again is like the same song.
And they're both worse than Toxic.
I don't know about that, but I did grow to like Toxic quite a lot over the years. And by the way, to the overall point, because we're about to give up on Dave, I said 808. I'm going to give him 810, and we're going to go.
Okay.
Cody knows because he was helping me with some of the graphics, and as I worked through the bracket and stuff, that, again, we ranked these all pretty empirically by the numbers for the most part. We gave a small boost to, again, like classics like Snow White that deserves maybe some more credit in certain ways. I wanted to move Mulan and Zootopia out of those two spots in the bracket.
He
that
literally
was where they
did
fell.
Text and say that, but he didn't want to cheat the bracket. He like literally said this region is kind of a bad mess in the setup of it, and I was like, I don't think you should do that. If it was randomized, it's randomized. Otherwise, you're starting to influence it.
As much as I'm bitching, it makes it fun to have like that unfortunate thing.
Yeah,
you know, that's why you do it.
It's the point of the bracket because, like you said, in a tier list, it doesn't happen, which is why we're doing more of those over the last couple of years than tournaments, because it's easier to talk about individual things one at a time, and because you don't risk this situation. But on the flip side, I do like that we have several March Madness style upsets. We have a couple double-digit seeds that won in the first round. We have a 1 seed that got toppled by an 8 or a 9. I forget what Hercules is. We'll see in a minute. Dave is here, I think. I don't see video of him, though.
Hello. I'm here. My video's on. I promise.
Out of respect for Chris, I am not going to spend the next 5 minutes excoriating you for being late.
Nope.
We can just move on.
We're going to start.
I'll excoriate you during NBA.
That's fine. I just want all of you to understand the miracle is that I've been here the last 3 weeks. So fuck y'all for even trying.
Yeah, no, that's good.
I didn't criticize you that much.
In fact, it's our fault you're late.
It's Sean's fault specifically.
That's what I
So
want.
Zootopia beats Hercules, or is that our matchup? Where are we at here?
That's what we're doing right now. There we go.
Vamped for you.
All right, so here we have, as we continue, again, we're finishing the left side real quick and then starting fresh on the right-hand side.
By the way,
we have the 8-seed Hercules, which toppled number 1 seed Snow White in the second round, up against the 2-seed Zootopia, again, controversially beating Mulan, but Mulan's in the past now. You guys can weigh in and vote. And again, as a reminder for the chat, I haven't seen any of y'all out there, but I know there's multiple people watching. So in the chat, let us know what you favor in these matchups, because you will break our 2-2 ties.
This is going to be rough because Maisie is watching but not in the chat this week because she's driving. Raya's in the chat, so this could go bad.
And that's a very different taste of in movies, by the way.
I keep voting against Zootopia, and it seems like I hate Zootopia, but I just made it clear that I don't. I thought it was a
I did appreciate that. Yes.
Pleasant movie, a solid even. Like I said, I would probably have it low A's, high B's. I have a soft spot for Mulan. I think the music is great. I think whatever they did with the muses was inspired.
Hercules. You said Mulan again. You meant
I
Hercules.
did mean Hercules. I got
Freudian
Mulan
slip.
right.
Yep.
I did mean Hercules. It's a new spin on the classic mythology. I still am gonna vote for Hercules.
It's fine.
I think I'm about to get eliminated again, but that's my vote.
No, I think it's gonna go.
there's Mason.
I think it's gonna go 2-2 right now. Is my hunch.
We'll find out.
Because I'm obviously voting for Zootopia again.
Yeah, you're voting for Zootopia. Dave likes to be the contrarian, but like right now, it's kind of like.
I'm pretty sure he's going to vote for Hercules right now.
Both of them almost feel contrarian in a way. I feel like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I probably would have been Zootopia. I feel like in the last couple of years, I think I've watched Hercules once or twice in the last couple of years and kind of almost got a renewed appreciation for it. And for whatever reason, the more I've seen Zootopia, because my kids watched it a lot after it came out, I almost felt it was like it grated on me after a little bit. So this would have been very easy Zootopia one way a few years ago, but I think overall, I think I'll probably actually still go Zootopia by the thinnest of margins.
Which means it's going to advance because if
Contrarian.
Mulan couldn't
Contrarian.
topple Zootopia, Hercules sure as fuck isn't going to. And I like Hercules quite a bit, but I don't like it as much as Mulan. So this isn't that difficult for me. I'll save some thoughts on
I will
Zootopia.
get into my Zootopia, why I like it so much, by the way, in the next round when I believe it is going to be knocked out.
It's probably going to need it.
Chris, you know those IGN reviews where they spend the whole review like praising a game and they give it like a 5? That's what Dave just did.
No,
Like,
honestly, the thing is, I was just saying how much of a blowout it would have been, but it still narrows it out. I like Hercules. I think I mentioned it probably in the last week's show. I like it. I like what they did with it. I like the twist on it. We'll just talk about Zootopia, why I like it more in the next one. But sorry, Zootopia.
I feel like Hercules and Hunchback both got a little bit slept on over time because they didn't have the critical acclaim of the early 90s ones, several of which are on the other side of the bracket and we'll get to. Both of them are really, really good, and they're among my favorites. But unfortunately, it's the end of the road for Hercules. Zootopia advances to the final 4.
Hercules is awesome and Zootopia is ass. With that said, I'm voting Zootopia.
I never said that at all.
All right, fucking great. Ooh, no.
On the bottom half.
Oh, no.
A toughie. We have the number 1 seed, Lion King, against the number 3 seed, Tangled. This is the other half of the Elite 8 before we get into them into the final 4 and then see which of those advances to the title game and then flip sides of the bracket.
This works out for me, actually, because I was going to be mad at you all for voting off Lion King before it was due.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's due now.
Which is amazing because I'm probably going to vote. I'm probably going to vote for it right now after I tried to kill it before.
Mike is going to move on, actually.
Right here. Me too.
Yes, I'm actually going to make that flip in terms of I don't mind. I Tangled's good and fine, and I can be entertained by it. But Lion King kept, I think, running into things I just simply had liked better for my own weird taste. And I kind of simply won't let Disney's very prominent all-time type of franchisey thing, even though I already gave its criticisms of, I think it's been dragged a little bit with all of its reboots of stuff and tweaks and all that. But I kind of can't let it lose to Tangled. Which again, Tangled is, again, I lean really hard on a lot of these Disney stories, which is why I don't like some of the classicer ones more, for new, innovative types of stories. It's why I like Encanto so much. I like a lot more of this representation stuff. It is actually why I like Mulan a lot. And Tangled is kind of just a retelling of a classic story, and so is Lion King, but at least it's done with lions. If we did Tangled with animals of some sort, I'd probably be a sucker for it. You're going to also realize I'm a sucker for fucking animals in all these damn movies so much more than I should be.
Look, I'm
so
not going to be
excited for Robin Hood coming up.
I'm not going to be that upset about Lion King winning if it does win, and it is going to win. Chris, you touched on this last week because it looks like Tangled's about to leave. There, not only was it the first Disney movie, and maybe in part because of that was good in a while. There's like a certain magic to it with the chemistry and the acting and the story that just really speaks to me. And like you asked me which one would I rather watch? Definitely Tangled. But I mean Lion King's all-time classic.
Last week, since Tangled's about to die, I'm going to go ahead and speak on it a little bit more. I mentioned that this is probably the most important Disney movie to me because it brought me back as an adult after I had kind of given up after the 2000s mostly sucked. Because let's be honest, the hits in the 2000s are few and far between. If we went back and looked at the bracket and the massacre that it's going to undergo by the end of this, it's not going to be pretty. There's only a couple standouts, one of which we haven't gotten to yet. I looked up afterwards, why was this so bad on Metacritic? 34th is basically middle of the road. It's the outlier among the other numbers here. And the thing I found was kind of what we talked about last week. After the fact, some people have dragged this down over time.
I
Maybe
can guess one
Metacritic
reason why.
should not be subjected to that, because a lot of people, what they said when looking at this more negatively in hindsight, was that it was like basically like the test for Frozen as far as like 3D animation, since that was relatively new to Disney. Pixar had been doing it for 15 years, but Disney hadn't done a ton of that yet. So that was nonsense. That's fucking dumb as shit. And other people were like, I don't know if I like the soundtrack. And look, you don't have to like the soundtrack. Everything is subjective. But the idea that this soundtrack doesn't stack up to other great Disney movies is also fucking stupid.
Yeah.
So if those are your reasons for not voting for Tangled, you can fuck off. I'm not saying the other two guys are saying that. I'm just saying in general, if you give Tangled demerits, because in theory, if the Metacritic score was where it's supposed to be, Tangled might be a higher seed, might not be running into this matchup here. But it is, and it's going home because it's 2-2, but the tiebreaker goes to The Lion King.
Yeah. It's funny. You mentioned the soundtrack. I think the Last I See the Light, I don't know if that's the actual title of it, but that song is one of the more beautiful duets they've had in Disney history, I think. So it's really, really good. Lion King, man, it's just, it's so, if you talk about what Tangled did for, to bring back Disney, Lion King was like the top of the top it could have gotten that
It was the
mid-90s
pinnacle.
thing.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
As they have tried to remind you over and over for multiple years.
Who
now.
was the composer? It wasn't the same for both of these movies, was it?
Well, Alan Menken did most of the stuff.
Alan Menken, yeah.
Including Tangled.
In Lion King, right? Because he came back for Tangled after a hiatus.
And Tim Rice was the other one, I believe.
Right.
Yeah.
Menken and Rice did a lot of movies in the 90s and then a few more recent ones.
So just more fuel for the fire of the soundtrack is solid. There's three right off the top of my head that I really enjoy, musically and lyrically. So, anyways,
the composer of The Lion King is Elton John and not Alan Menken.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lion King's Elton John.
Well,
But Tim Rice,
I knew he was the performer.
but Tim Rice is there.
He
so
wrote all the music too. That's pretty cool.
Rice
Good
is
for Elton
high.
John.
She did get her account
Rice.
working. Yeah, and like I said, well, I guess the chat is slightly behind, and to be fair, but yeah, Tim Rice did the lyrics. I think, I don't know about the songwriting specifically,
Because
but
Hans Zimmer did Lion King?
They worked really fucking hard on Lion King, didn't they?
Holy shit.
If Lion King had tanked,
It's
is
a
Disney
reason-
just not a fucking company anymore?
Not movies, at least.
Like, seriously, like, I feel like if
Yeah.
it fell apart and that ends up being not good, because I was only 4 when Lion King came out, so I have no comprehension of the hype and build-up to Lion King coming out.
It was a lot
Let
of.
me-
I was in Lebanon and
give you-
was gonna kill myself because I couldn't watch it anywhere. It was a big deal.
So let me tell you, I had friends of mine that in the neighborhood, and both my parents were working over the summer. So a lot of times I was 9. Like my mom was kind of working part-time, so there's times I'd be home alone or I'd hang out at a friend's house during the day or something like that. I went with this neighborhood friend, I think, to see Lion King 9 times over the summer. That summer it came out.
Yeah.
In the theater, because it was like, yeah, let's go see it. Why not?
I could be mistaken. I think this is the first Lion King is the first movie I saw in theaters.
See, you know how like we get really attached to the music we're in like high school with, right? That becomes the music that you liked a lot. I missed Lion King because I was too young. If I am in your guys' age range, I think I like the movie probably a lot more than I do right now. Because I'm like, I needed to be like 7 or 8, somewhere in there. Because a bunch of the 98, 99, 97-ish movies, I have an affinity for more so than I think the average person. Or even if even if you were up to like 11 when Lion King comes out, I think you can still have a pretty good appreciation for it. And I just feel like I missed it. Because I also when did the first Shrek come out? Is that like 2001? Somewhere right around in there?
2000, I think. I think it was 2000.
See, that's an animated movie that I have a deep, deep love for because it hit at the age, I think, that I'm thinking maybe it was a little bit later than that. But I feel like I just slightly missed Lion King. I didn't have the same hype and build up because I was 4 years old.
Our final matchup on the left-hand side of the bracket is the number 2 seed from the top half, Zootopia, the number 1 seed from the bottom half, Lion King. Zootopia 4th on IMDb, 3rd on Rotten Tomatoes for critics, 6th for audience. Lion King 1st on IMDb, and by the way, a wide margin a huge gap between first and second there. 7th on Metacritic, 4th on audience score. So 2 heavy hitters here. Let's see who's advancing to the championship.
You got to come together for once in your fucking life. We cannot let Zootopia beat Lion King.
I'm not.
He's
Lion
very
King
clearly
wins
not.
No, Lion King wins in this one. It's funny. Lion King is one that it's not my like. I love this movie the most out of everything on this list because honestly, that might be Hunchback, which is crazy, but I'm not sure yet. I'll see where we match up. But anyway, Hunchback's gone. Never mind. Lion King is it's the pinnacle of what Disney did in the 90s. The songs are fantastic. The people who were involved in it are fantastic. Zootopia, I feel like it was a really good movie for the time, and I don't think it stood the test of time as much as Lion King has.
Would you have a better appreciation for Zootopia if its animation was slightly tweaked and it was a Pixar movie as opposed to a Disney movie?
No, it doesn't really affect me.
Okay.
It's the same thing. We were talking about that, I think, after the show, if we didn't say it on camera, but like I had a hard time recognizing Tangle's prominence to bring Disney back because I always just associated Disney and Pixar together.
For sure.
And so it really wasn't.
Which was a good point that you had thought, oh, Disney was doing fine. Disney was doing fine because Pixar kept putting out stuff that was outperforming a lot of, again, I think if Pixar doesn't ever exist, I think to everyone's point, I think Hunchback and Hercules and Mulan get looked at even more positively, and I think they all got buried by Toy Story coming out and shit like that over again.
Was there a more loaded? I'm trying to think like voice acting cast. Like Jonathan Taylor Thomas was at the height of his powers, and
Matthew Broderick,
Jimmy
Irons,
Nathan Lane,
Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, like I mean, Pocahontas had Mel Gibson, but.
Again, I feel like they loaded up Lion King really, really heavily in the time and who's famous and all.
Oprah wasn't Oprah? She was one of the hyenas. No. Fuck no. God damn.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah,
and
Cheech,
other talk show host. All right.
Yeah, probably the most loaded. I mean, some of the more recent ones because they're so huge now, and Disney loves to throw names at everything. Have started to dabble with that, but certainly for its time. I guess I am going to have to vote for whatever makes it against Lion King in the final because I don't really want Lion King winning this whole thing. I will be pretty upset if that's how this breaks down, if I'm being honest. Not because Lion King's not deserving. It's critically very, very good, but because of what we talked about last time, that the sequels and prequels of this have eventually just diminished my love for this so badly that I have a hard time supporting it being the best. Even making the championship game means it's the second best, but in this particular format... So I think it's 2-2 if I'm going Zootopia.
I'm clearly going to go with Zootopia. And again, I know I like it more than the average person, obviously. Again, I'm a sucker for this animal stuff. I like coding a lot of issues within our country, which again, this movie was maybe a couple years before. It would have been a really hot button topic if it came out in 2019-ish, or even 2 or 3, maybe 2 years later during the political climate that it comes out right at 2016. I like what they did with it. I thought that its message is pretty strong. I'm not going to say it's like an original message by any means. I just liked the way it kind of came through, specifically for the fact, Dave, I'm like really happy to hear that your kids have rewatched it a lot because that's actually why I like it. It's not so much that I'm like, it's the best movie ever. I really would love the idea of showing this movie to my kids. And I would like them to be able to pull the message from it. Honestly, that's why I have such an affinity for it. Because there are things in it that drive me crazy. Again, the gazelle stuff is just goofy and dumb, honestly. But the overall messaging of it and kind of how it's brought to light, I really do like that. Again, obviously, in the Predators aren't actually the bad guys. It's spoilers. So that's honestly what it is. It's I look outside the box a lot more for my reason that I love it. More so than it's like, oh, it's the best movie. Again, there's like multiple movies on here that I think are funny or, again, better musically. Again, Lion King's great musically. But the one thing that it never did wrong was making a musical out of it. Can't ever hate on the fact that you did that. That's a great application of it. Yeah. So,
by the way, this is my chance to tell you, Cody, to maybe text Raya to tell her to click live on the stream because she's like 10 minutes behind talking about Tangled right now.
He keeps fucking going back and probably clicking the thing on.
I know. So, unfortunately, if she's doing that, her votes are going to come in way too late to actually count. She just mentioned something about Mandy Moore, and it's like, God, Raya. Anyways. Lion King advances. The last thing I'll say about Zootopia, since it's going home, is that I think the biggest thing for me is that it tackles race and prejudice in a very clever way with the predator-prey relationship, and it doesn't really hit you over the head with it. If it comes out 3 years later, is it called woke? I don't know. Everything's called woke, but the timing happened to work out great in its favor, and it ended up being kind of prescient in retrospect. Lion King will be waiting in the final for the winner of the other half of the bracket, which we start on now with a 116 matchup that we don't have to spend much time on, but we did make a graphic for Make My Music, so we're going to put it on the screen for 30 seconds.
Way down there.
There's a whale. It's a giant whale
with clothes.
So Jaguar pointed out that the old movies are kind of suffering. That's fair. We're doing our best, but also look at the scores here. Like it's old, but it seems like it's just bad.
By comparison, if nothing else, Beauty and the Beast is going to be a force to be reckoned with. It is the number 1 overall seed, since the tournament does do that. It's like the highest ranked out of the 4, because it's tied for 2nd on IMDb, 5th on Metacritic, 3rd in audience score, 7th in Tomato Meter. It's the only thing that is in top 10 in all 4 of those. I believe maybe Aladdin is too.
So Dave, I made the graphic thing for this the music one, and I've never heard of this thing, but I Googled it, and it was a whale that looked like that. I'm like, well, I have to take that photo.
Yeah, and by the way, front row should be concerned. Many rows should be concerned, because if this whale topples over, they're all crushed and dead.
Yes. I actually want to go watch this now. Molly says it's the one that's the hats that fall in love. I don't recall this. I probably watched it as a kid, but I don't remember it. So I need to go watch all these old movies and see if they're that bad or if they're diamonds in the rough.
Right. Either way, Beauty and the Beast is going to go on 4-0. We'll talk about it more when it runs into a worthy contender, which might take another couple rounds.
Okay.
Next up, the 8-9 matchup between Alice in Wonderland and Fox and the Hound. These two have pretty similar metrics, as you can see here on the screen. Like, stat-wise, they're pretty close. This is why they're in the seeds that are right next to each other. This may come down to a preference of what type of movie you like more.
Look, I like Fox and Hound quite a bit more. I don't know why. Maybe it scared me a little bit, but I've gone back and watched it lately, and I just think Alice in Wonderland very much like it's eclectic. It's weird, and it is more of a series of random shit happening to someone. And if you like, I'm not even gonna be mad about it. If you like that type of storytelling or whatever, then it's a great movie.
I mean, the narrative of Alice in Wonderland is a fucking drug trip, which is what the entire movie is supposed to be. There is nothing really coherent till the very end of the movie. And as a person who, smoked weed, boy, I love Alice in Wonderland.
Right. And it has its fans, right? Fox and the Hound, Chris, this is the movie I talked about, or I referenced earlier about, like, you remember the Fox and the Hound. You don't remember half of the runtime dealing with the birds and the caterpillars and it's weird. And it really suffers because of that. I still like it. I think the core story is very good. I reference it a lot still. I find the song, which is horrible but kind of catchy. Yeah. And
lack of
you're
education.
my best friend, Copper. I love it.
I'm a hound dog.
Yeah. Woo woo woo.
Woo woo woo. I'm going to be honest. On the one hand, I can recognize that Alice in Wonderland is a really good adaptation of work that I don't think is very good in the first place, so it's hard for me to punish it for that. Some people really like Alice in Wonderland. Molly is one of them, so everything I'm saying is sacrilege right now. I can't stand this shit.
Yeah,
I'm
this
sorry.
Is what I found.
It's like too weird for me. It's too I don't care about fucking Jabberwocky. I can't do it. I'm sorry. And again, if you're into it, I'm not trying to shit on it for anybody else. But for me personally, as one of the people with a vote, over my dead body is this beating Fox and the Hound.
Yeah, but and again, that's the thing is it's like Checkrock just put it. It's not really a Disney movie.
Because it's different source material than a lot of the classic fairy tales and stuff they pulled from.
Which, by the way, speaking of things we should never have done, we should never have tried to make a live-action Alice in Wonderland movie.
No.
The thing I got so fucking excited, despite the fact that I, really don't like certain people that are involved in the Alice in Wonderland live-action movie. I still got my hopes up. Went there, and I was very close to walking out. I have only felt that way in about a handful of movies I've ever gone to.
I thought it was okay, actually.
It's a fucking travesty. I also just, I mean, Cheshire Cat is like one of my favorite characters that has basically ever existed. And so I did not expect Alice in Wonderland on this panel to advance. I was never going to win the next round anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But oh my God, do I just love how insane of a movie this is, and I do not know how children would watch Alice in Wonderland, and like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Which is hilarious because this is something for me and my sister. I'm absolutely voting Alice in Wonderland. There's not even a question of what I'm voting for. I'd probably vote it in the next round too. I'm not someone who smokes weed, and yet I love it. I fantastically love it. And I grew up watching it and loved it. I know I hate it. It's over your dead body. How did the chat actually work out on this one?
It's 2-1 in favor of Fox and the Hound, so it's advancing, which is a shame because I would love to spend another 10 minutes about why the fuck you would pick Alice in Wonderland over Beauty and the Beast, but we don't have to do that now.
Did Raya vote?
Actually insane.
Did Raya vote?
No, the only thing Raya said was agreed, which could be about any single thing that's been said over the last 10 minutes. So
I'm trying to
I don't
teach
even
her
know where
before.
she is right now. I don't know.
I got her to go live. She was at Fox and the Hound and Alice in Wonderland.
All right, well,
I'm trying to get her to vote for Alice in Wonderland. She has failed.
We have a weird matchup in the 5-12.
I have no comment here other than
Wreck-It Ralph is the 5 seed. Treasure Planet is the 12 seed. Treasure Planet did not perform well in the metrics. You might have even been surprised it's a 12 and not like a 13 or 14. Wreck-It Ralph, doesn't really stand out in any major areas except 6th in IMDb. But the fact remains that it was kind of a joyful romp. And again, did the sequel take a little of the luster off the original for me? A tiny bit, if I'm being honest. Yeah, but I still have Wreck-It Ralph in this matchup.
I do too.
I thought Wreck-It Ralph was fine, and I don't know why. The villain twist, I was completely on board for. I was like, this is cool. And that kind of elevated the movie a bit for me, that they did something pretty unformulaic. At least I felt that way.
It actually comes together pretty well.
Yeah.
It's a pretty fun finish to it. I
is.
will say, I also really think Wreck-It Ralph really depends on your tolerance of Sarah Silverman, who I think can be kind of a divisive comedian in general. I really find her funny. I watched her show on Comedy Central for years. So I was super excited that she was cast into a Disney movie, and I thought a role that fit her really, really well. And so, I mean, I don't need to go much further than that.
I've never seen Treasure Planet. It's it's a gap. Well, maybe because it's not that well reviewed, but I haven't seen it.
Treasure Planet has Joseph Gordon-Levitt in it, has Emma Thompson in it, has David Hyde Pierce in it, Niles from Frasier. Like a good voice cast. It's animated fine. It just, the biggest sin it can make is it's unremarkable in a field of 40-plus movies that are remarkable.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I think it's going home right now.
Yeah, I've actually got to watch it. I've just never seen it. Wow.
This is another funny one, the way it broke down. But as Cody saw, this was all based on the numbers, and it was all like random to that point. So we end up with the 2 most recent movies in the first round against each other, both sequels. Zootopia 2, the 4 seed, Moana 2, the 13 seed. And you're thinking to yourself, my God, why is Moana 2 a 13 seed when Treasure Planet's a 12? Look at those numbers.
Yeah.
54th on IMDb, 54th on Tomato Meter, 56th on Metacritic. But fans seem to have enjoyed it a lot more than critics did. It's tied for 15.
Okay.
Can I shit on it? Because I hate Moana 2. I actually actively despised it.
I
saw it and was like, what did I see? This makes no sense. The songs make no sense. The main messages get lost, and that doesn't make sense. None of it made sense. It's so bad.
I haven't seen it, so I can't comment.
I haven't seen it either. You said, can I shit on it? I don't know if you can after what you said about Alice in Wonderland. I think the verdict's out. If you can talk anymore, to be honest. But
I praised Alice in Wonderland too.
The fact is that I don't agree with Sean, so therefore I'm wrong, has been the theme of this show forever, and I don't care.
I can't let him crap on you for that. I'm the staunchest. Like, if we were tiering, I'd be trying to put Alice in Wonderland in A, and you guys would all be trying to kill. Well, those two would be trying to fucking kill me.
Sorry, I didn't mean to distract.
I'm just saying, like,
Alice in Wonderland versus Beauty and the Beast was insane to me. But now I'm spending time on mashups that aren't even here.
Right. So don't do that.
Zootopia 2. I didn't see Moana 2, but
that should tell you something that you didn't bother to. You go to the movies a fucking lot, and you didn't go see it.
Here's a story.
Is a review in and of itself.
I know, and I liked the first
Here's a
one.
story from. Remember? Okay. Do you remember how the story of Return of Jafar was? Basically 3 TV show episodes that they split up essentially, where they were going to be it was 3 30-minute episodes to make one movie, and they made the movie out of Return of Jafar into that. They essentially did that with Moana 2. It was supposed to be a streaming show.
It was.
And they slammed it all together into this stupid Moana 2, and it was so bad. And Zootopia 2 was decent. I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't think I liked it as much as the first. I might have to see it again sometimes to see if I really missed any message. But so I vote Zootopia 2 just because Moana 2 might be one of my least favorites on this list.
I
think
like Zootopia 2.
I think Zootopia 2 is on borrowed time. So
Yeah.
I won't talk about it for now because it's going to win this matchup clearly. But the only thing I'll say about Moana 2 is, look, Lin-Manuel Miranda is not everyone's cup of tea, but there are one and really two songs from that movie that stick out as far as like probably top 25 of all time Disney songs. Moana 2, I couldn't even name a song from it.
Right.
I saw it in theaters. I could not name a song from it. I
Did
know
you like it, Chris?
it was fine.
Okay.
It's a Disney movie. Like
Yeah.
it's never going to be horrible.
Yeah.
I didn't not enjoy my time with it. But as far as like why does this exist? And the answer was money.
Yeah, I was
And
gonna
that was
say,
it.
Moana is, and we're early on in it, but boy, the milking of this for the live action disaster that we've already seen the trailer for, and this movie, is like you're trying to do this IP off of something that wasn't even as good as Lion King originally. I'm not trying to crap on the original Moana; it's fine, but why we're squeezing 2 more movies within months of each other out of that IP is fucking bizarre. I don't get it. I mean, other than, again, money. And naturally, I loved Zootopia 2 again as well, so I'm going to that.
Molly says Lin-Manuel didn't do Moana 2 music. I know. That's the problem. Zootopia 2 advances.
Yep.
I don't
Oh.
think we need to spend a lot of time
Pinocchio,
doing Dinosaur
bye.
the fuck out of here, but Pinocchio is the 3 seed and one of the all-time classics. You will notice it is first on Metacritic and first on Rotten Tomatoes Tomato Meter.
What?
Which is funny because you talk about Alice in Wonderland being a trip. Pinocchio's a fucking trip.
It's
a
too.
trip.
Like,
And it's dark.
And guess what I also like?
I don't
I
even
also-
like
Pinocchio's-
Pinocchio that much. I like how it comes together, but so much of the journey I kind of hate.
Speaking of Shrek, by
Um,
the way.
And like, yeah, look, you gotta have a character who goes through growth, and I understand that, but like, he's so fucking unlikable
Mhm.
the whole movie that it's so like.
Mhm.
By the end of it, I'm like, cool. I guess you're a real boy. Now you can die. Maybe that's the positive for me.
I like the cricket.
Yeah, I mean the cricket's
You
great.
almost
But
killed
you
the
the
cricket.
whole movie. Dinosaur, I didn't see it, so I don't know.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, this is what I was thinking when I went to go watch Hoppers the last a few days ago. Was like, When You Wish Upon a Star has become like the Disney theme.
Oh yeah.
And that has to count for something. Pinocchio is not really under the microscope right now, so we'll talk about it more when it runs into other matchups, because Dinosaur is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in theaters.
Oh,
Looks pretty, has nothing else going for
I
it
am
at all.
surprised. Not
Is-
I believe you. I didn't see it. I saw the tomato score and I thought, oh, it must be okay. It sounds
Did you
like
see
you
the-
absolutely despised it.
Well,
Sean,
this is look at
look
the
at that
tomato
small
score.
number.
Yeah, look at
Yeah.
the small number underneath, which is why we went to the trouble of doing this, because 85% seems good. It's 51st of 64.
Oh,
Is it about the extinction of dinosaurs?
No.
'Cause that picture ain't great.
It's actually not. I chose that photo to be funny.
kinda funny, though.
Maisie. Oh,
Oop.
but Dad, yeah. But Dad.
Yeah,
No, because they're
So-
not extinct at the end of it, which would be really dark for a Disney
it
movie.
would be dark, but kind of funny. But as you can see, its rankings are bad across the board, and it is going home. It was lucky that there were worse movies available, because that really should have been a 15 seed.
Michaela brings up a really good point with Pinocchio that, like, when you think of it, the definitive version, it's not the story. It's,
Yeah.
It is that movie.
We're going to
Yes.
come back to Pinocchio, because I'm going to be a pretty staunch defender of it.
Okay.
Tarzan is the 6th seed on this side of the bracket, and it's going up against the 11th seed Bolt. I think Bolt is sort of a victim of the time that it was released, because again, it's in this like Meet the Robinsons stretch where pre-Tangled, some of the movies just aren't doing all that well, and it shows in the rankings. Tarzan doesn't really stand out in any way. In fact, I was surprised it ended up as a 6 seed. I thought it'd be a 4 or a 5, so let's see how this matchup plays out.
This is
You know,
weird.
it's funny.
Go ahead, Dave.
You just mentioned the fact of that timing before Tangled, and maybe again this is why I didn't recognize Tangled, because I like Meet the Robinsons. I said that last week. I actually kind of like Bolt. I don't have a problem with it. Like, it's actually pretty good.
I have
More
like,
so than Tarzan. I would
I
actually
actually
vote
really
for Bolt
like
over
Bolt.
Tarzan.
I have like no recollection of Bolt other than I think Miley Cyrus is a voice in this movie.
I think
Like,
Yes.
the only thing I can think of.
She's a song. I think
isn't
was
John
part of it.
Travolta in some way associated with Bolt?
I thought he was Bolt.
Is he
Is
literally Bolt?
I thought he was Bolt, but
Yeah.
then saying
Yeah.
the words, I felt really stupid, so I didn't want to.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna look it up.
And Miley is a voice in it on top of a song.
I
Okay.
believe,
I
yes.
watched Bolt thinking, going
Yeah.
in thinking I'm not really gonna like this movie, and I was so pleasantly surprised. Tarzan is fine. I love what they did with the surfing animation. The music I think is solid. I guess your mileage will vary depending on what you think of Phil Collins, but I don't know. I kind of like Bolt. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't want to say my vote yet.
Can Bolt speak to humans, or does he only talk to animals?
Talk to animals.
Only talk to animals.
Okay.
I have Tarzan in this matchup, but it is close. It was one of the closest, like, double-digit seed chances at an upset for me. Not one that I actually picked for myself. I do like Tarzan. I don't think it's long for this world. But I also like Phil Collins, I suppose, so that's part of it.
Yeah.
I think You'll Be in My Heart is a very, very good song.
It is very
I was going to say, I really, really like In My Heart, which is probably going to make me vote Tarzan by default.
Right. Raya also mentioned that. Molly's kind of where I'm at on this, where I do like Tarzan, and in other matchups, I could take it a couple rounds. Spoiler alert, I'm not taking it in the next round, even if it advances here, and she's the same boat. Like, I vote for Tarzan, but not again. That's where I'm at right now. If it's a 2-2 tie, like I think it is, then yes.
I'm Tarzan.
Tarzan hit for me at a weird time. Like I was like 14. I was kind of like getting out of it, so I don't have as much nostalgia for it. I think
I probably got to go Tarzan. It's so close though, but like there's a couple points, music and other things. I'm probably gonna go with Tarzan.
Is Bolt worth going back and rewatching?
Yeah.
Should I go back and actually watch it?
It's solid. Yeah.
I do. Yeah, I think it is good.
Because I have like really like no recollection of it, but Travolta being a voice and Miley Cyrus, who I actually like a lot, being a voice, like I probably should go rewatch this movie because again, it hit. I graduated high school when it came out, so I don't know if I really ever paid attention to it.
Like Tarzan was not as good as it should have been. Bolt was better than I thought it deserved to be.
I don't think Tarzan as a movie, honestly, is all that great. But like I actually really, really do like Phil Collins' music in that movie.
It is. It's very good.
We'll talk about Tarzan a little bit more in the next round then, because it may go home. We'll see, but it advances. We move on to the 7-10 matchup, and this is another one where you might be a little surprised to see where it has ended up. And I'm talking about both. Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh is the 7 seed. It's the higher seed in its matchup with the 10 seed Frozen 2.
Question mark.
Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh has a 80% Metacritic rating, but that's only on 3 ratings, and a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is also on like the minimum of ratings that it would take to qualify. So I don't. Some people really like the old Winnie the Pooh movie. I'm not trying to take away from it. I don't know that it's supposed to be tied for first on Rotten Tomatoes. You can call me out on that, but I think that's fair to say that that's probably a little bit too high. However, Frozen 2 feels like the opposite side of that coin because it made $1 bazillion, and yet, based on the metrics we went with, because you can't find consistent box office numbers for all 64 of these movies, we had to go with these numbers, and it does pretty poorly in everything except audience meter. It's in the 40s in everything except for audience meter.
I'm not exaggerating. I don't remember. I remember liking it. I cannot tell you anything about Frozen 2. Nothing. Villain, plot, characters. I don't remember a single fucking thing. And that says, maybe it says more about me at this point in my life. But it wasn't that long ago that it came out. I remember absolutely nothing.
The Mini Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, by the way, I believe is effectively just 3 TV episodes pushed into a movie.
Yes, it is. It's 3 vignettes. It's Winnie the Pooh. I looked it up. It's Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day, Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree, and Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2.
And if I remember right, Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree is like one of my absolute favorite kids books and episodes, and holy fuck did I love that. And I really loved Winnie the Pooh growing up.
I am going to vote Winnie the Pooh because I haven't given it a lot of acknowledgement, recognition in this bracket yet. And for how much I really like it, I love all the characters. You have archetypes that like transcend everything. Like the definitive high energy person, the definitive kind of coward, the definitive sad boy.
It's a really, really, like, this version of Winnie the Pooh is a really genuine, sweet, animated thing that is really calm, and, like, it is of the time of when these are made. But I think what it does with its source material is like, really, I don't know, earnest, I guess is the word I have for it.
Winnie the Pooh is like the most boring.
He's fucking boring.
Remarkable character of the entire cast.
And he's mostly fat and dumb and just tries to eat all the fucking time. And everyone's like, oh, we gotta go fix this dipshit who keeps fucking up again.
Yeah. I like it.
But yeah, I loved this original Winnie the Pooh so much.
Yeah, there's something that I don't know why the something about Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day always stood out for me. I don't know why, but yeah, Frozen 2, I think Sean had the best thing. It is so entirely forgettable. Just so forgettable in every single way.
The only thing I
So-
remember from that movie is Into the Unknown, and that's because the leitmotif, like the main part of the melody, is all throughout the movie.
Yeah.
She keeps hearing the ah throughout the whole movie, so that part kind of sticks with you. The rest of it is just, once again, like, well, we got to do a sequel because Frozen made $1.1 billion, and it did, again, huge box office numbers, so it was a success. But other than fans, critics don't seem to have cared for it. Winnie the Pooh moves on.
Yep.
The last matchup of the top right corner of the bracket is the 2-seed Little Mermaid against the 15-seed Chicken Little. If you have anything kind to say about Chicken Little, now's a chance. If you say anything about Little Mermaid, you're wasting my time.
I think Chicken
Chicken Little
Little
sucks.
is the poster boy for kind of like not very good Disney movie.
Yep.
That and maybe the cow one. That's about all I can say about it.
There was a cow one.
There's like
What
a
was the cow
farm
one?
a home on the range or something.
Yeah, we'll get there. It's a
We'll get
15
there.
seed
Yeah.
as well. It's
Yeah.
going to die.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It exists.
Well, anyways.
Chicken Little. This is one my kids kind of have watched Chicken Little a few times, and every time they want to put it on, I'm like, can you pick something different? Because it is awful. It is horrible.
And you'd be
in
like,
every
well,
way.
Dave and I like Scrubs, so like, Zach Braff, and no.
Yeah.
No. And I want to point out, of all the things on here, this is dead last on Rotten Tomatoes. It is
Yeah.
64.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
So, and goodbye, Chicken Little. We don't have time to waste on you. Little Mermaid we'll talk about more down the road when it runs into something that
Yeah.
actually has any chance
See,
whatsoever.
Chicken Little is the reason why you say Tangled saved Disney.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's, well, that and
Yeah.
Home on the
Yeah,
Range and a
that's
couple
fair.
others.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they all had a
That's
real
fair.
quick succession. We don't have
That's
to talk
fair.
about this matchup
Aladdin
either. We
move on.
talked about all the 116s being automatic. Nothing against Saludos Amigos, but as you can see, it's got terrible metrics, and it's up against Aladdin, the number 1 seed in the bottom right part of the bracket. So unless you have anything to say about Saludos Amigos, your
I don't know
silence
anything
speaks
about
volumes.
I like the green parrot. I think he's kind of funny.
Yeah.
That's about all I've got.
Sure.
Yeah, but he's better in Three Caballeros anyway. So.
Exactly.
Molly says Three Amigos is superior to Saludos. I'm assuming it's another one of these that's kind of broken up into parts, and that's what happened with quite a few of these older ones.
Yep.
Either way, Aladdin's moving on. We'll get to it more later. The 8-9 is an interesting one on this side of the bracket. We have the 8-seed Princess and the Frog against the 9-seed Great Mouse Detective, both of which I think are somewhat underrated, both of which I like quite a bit. And as you can see, just like the other 8-9s in this bracket, very middle-of-the-road results. They don't really dip in any area, but they also don't stand out.
I will say, I thank the Villains board game series that Disney created for like reintroducing me to the Great Mouse Detective, because I had to remember what the fuck it was about, because you can be the villain from the movie in it. And I was like, oh shit, that's right, I did watch that movie when I was a kid.
Great Mouse Detective kept showing up in trailers, and I think it was in a sing-along, perhaps. And I wanted to watch it so bad, and I finally did, and was like, oh, that wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. Princess and the Frog, I thought underperformed for like top tier Disney movie, but I enjoyed it quite a bit, and I think the villain, while maybe problematic, I thought was
What's
still
What's
very.
wrong? What's wrong with him? What's wrong
I
with him?
can't tell if you're fucking with me. I actually liked the part he played in the story, and I thought it was very good. I thought it was very scary. I thought like he was a good, and I get all the controversy, but I thought, it was solid.
Another excellent villain to play with in the Villains board game, by the way, is Dr. Facilier. Is pretty
Yeah.
fucking cool
Yeah.
in that game, honestly.
Thank you, Molly.
Yeah.
For
It's
yeah.
like
exactly.
I've touched on it with like
Yeah.
Hercules and liking Hades, and I'm like, boy, Princess and the Frog carries a lot because I like the villain a lot. I also do like the music, but I also just like Cajun-y Creole shit and food and culture.
It's Keith David
and
too,
all
right?
that.
Isn't that guy Keith David?
I can't
Okay,
remember.
I was right on John Travolta, so I
I think you're right, yes.
I think you're right.
They-
cool. I love Keith David.
Ow. Don't claw me.
Yeah,
Yes,
the
we've talked about
the
this.
male lead is terrible. The only thing that works in his favor is that was almost like kind of if this is a flip on the princess fairy tale,
He's-
kind of makes sense.
Yeah, he's such a fucking afterthought. It's
Yeah.
such
He's
an
awful.
amazing.
Yeah.
Ryan and I are watching, and I'm like, how many characters do you go down before you give a fuck about the Prince Frog? And I'm like, it's like 7 deep, I think. Anyways, I like Princess and the Frog
so
better for the basics I already talked about.
So it seems like Princess and
Yeah.
the Frog. Do we have any?
I'm voting Princess Frog too. I actually I always love a villain. I was kind of unaware that people really had a problem with him. I get the reason for the stereotyping, but he's just a damn good villain. So why does it matter?
It is Keith,
like,
it is Keith David.
Yes.
I will probably vote Great Mouse Detective to avoid it being swept, although we're not keeping tabs of this like we did in the other bracket format, but just for, gentleman's sweep, because I think this is a close matchup for me. I also like Princess and the Frog. I also don't think it really matters given what it's going to face in the next round.
Yep. Agreed.
It doesn't, because yeah.
So Princess and the Frog will advance, but it may be about to run into a buzzsaw. We'll get back to that in a little bit. The 5-12 matchup on the bottom right quadrant is Dumbo, the 5 seed, versus Sword in the Stone, the 12 seed. As you can see, Sword in the Stone doesn't really excel in any of the stats. Dumbo, a critical darling.
This is interesting for me because they're closer for me than you would think, but it's because I think both are not very good.
Dude, I swear as a kid, I just remember coming away from Dumbo being like, this is so sad. I am so fucking sad watching this movie.
I don't like Dumbo, and Sword in the Stone, like, I kind of like it despite I know, like, it kind of sucks. But there are things that I sort of appeal to me. I think it's interesting. I like the Merlin Arthur dynamic, but I like the sword
suck?
represents. What?
Does it? Like, I don't think it sucks at all.
Oh, that's great to hear. I thought it was terrible.
Honestly, no, I don't. I understand it's not. I understand that it's not people's cups of tea. I love the fact of the anthropomorphization of it, like the telling of the Merlin tale, the fact that they go and learn lessons by transforming into different things. I like Dumbo. To me, the most I remember from Dumbo is the freaking drunk trip he goes on in the middle of it.
Yeah,
He a bunch of
same
ale,
actually. Yeah,
like I honestly don't even really like Dumbo that much, even though it's so iconic. Like the movie itself, I'm like, it's like also 65 minutes long. It's so short. So it's not
what
that
happens
great.
in the end,
I'm
Dumbo?
voting Sword in the
Does he
Stone.
get away? Does he escape or something? What
No,
happens?
Yeah, he
he
flies
gets
away.
popular.
Oh, he's
There.
popular.
He
Everyone's
makes
like,
it big
everyone's
in
supposed to cheer for
Hollywood.
him. So
Oh, it's like
he's-
that one episode of Black Mirror.
So he's
Okay.
enslaved further, and he has to do even more shows to make more money.
So
It
they
is like
do
Black
let
Mirror.
his mom loose at least.
That's
Okay.
true.
But that was actually something I looked up a few weeks ago because I was like, what did happen at the end of that movie? Because all I remember is it sort of being miserable and Dumbo being picked on for the vast majority of it. And we also have racist crows, which is a little problematic in 2026.
Right.
It wasn't problematic in 1941.
Yeah,
You
you
know-
could argue it was back then too. We just didn't recognize it. But
yeah.
Isn't Dumbo just kind of like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer too? Pretty much the same exact story. Well, he's teased for, and
when
then
you point it out in that way, that is a solid observation.
anyways, I was gonna say we can dismiss it, but I don't fucking know which way to vote in this
I'm
one.
voting for Sword in the Stone with barely any commentary on it because again, Dumbo just fucking depresses me. And it makes me sad, and I don't ever want to watch it. And I feel like inherently, I should just go with the other movie then.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know
go
what
Sword
else
in
to
the
say.
Stone.
I don't know
I
what
like
else to
Dumbo.
say.
Sorry, Dumbo.
it's tough, by the way, because like the circus has eliminated the use of animals in this format because it's so exploitative. And this is a movie of its time. We can't hold that against a 1941 animated classic, but at the same time, it does make it even tougher to watch in some respects today. So I'm voting Sword in the Stone, which means it's advancing. We have a 12 seed making it out of the first round.
Hey,
12 5s always win. 12 seeds.
That's
Always
right.
get one.
So sad. It's just such a sad movie.
Next to it, we have the number 4 seed Sleeping Beauty against the number 13 seed Strange World. I thought Sleeping Beauty was going to end up higher, but as you can see from its stats, it's not bad in any of them. But other than Metacritic with a 10th, it's not doing super well. It's up against the 13 seed Strange World, which honestly I forgot about until I started making the list of all the movies for this bracket.
Strange World looks like it's an AI-generated movie that was created to fill a spot in this bracket and trick us that it actually exists.
it actually that is the best thing I've ever heard. And look,
I've
there's
not
no
seen it.
point in even
I don't know
talking about it. Oh, you know what? I have things to say about Sleeping Beauty. I won't say it now. Sleeping Beauty moves on.
Moving on.
Yep.
Goodbye, Strange
The
World.
problematic
Goodbye.
things in Sleeping Beauty? Is that what you're going to talk about?
No, no,
Okay.
not really. These are problematic things.
No, I was
isn't
being
it? I mean,
sarcastic
other
again.
than
It's just an old movie, so I just
Also,
assumed most of it.
might be bad news for our 12 seed Sword in the Stone in the next round, but we'll get to it.
oh yeah,
let's get-
it's horrible news.
We're in the last few matchups of the first round, starting with Moana, the 3 seed, against a cult classic, but one that really does not have good numbers, as you can see, the 14 seed Black Cauldron.
Dave, do you know that this Black Cauldron is like the third book in series that I forgot the name of, but like that's where it's pulled from. Okay, you're thinking about it. Anyways, Black Cauldron.
I know what you're talking about.
I like the book series a lot. I think this movie was okay, and I think part of it's hard because it is the third book of a series.
Jeez.
This is you're just coming in midway through. I like
Here it
Moana
is.
quite a bit. What'd you say, Dave?
It's the Chronicles of Prydian is what it says on
Yeah,
Wikipedia.
solid series. Read it as a kid, and I didn't know that they had adapted Black Cauldron.
That's a bizarre thing to do.
It is, and I kind of felt like cool. But with that said, I mean, I like Moana quite a bit.
The Rock's best performance of his lifetime.
Yeah, I like the characters. I like the music quite a bit. I like the message. I think it has heart. I don't know. I like Moana quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, in terms of the things I talked about earlier with the adjusting messaging and trying to be inspirational in different ways and all that, like Moana hits all that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 100%.
Yes, Michaela. They are good. Thank you.
Yep. And Doug mentions it and Raya backs him up. It's a tough matchup.
Yeah.
But as you can see, Black Cauldron's rankings all start with a 5.
Yeah.
Like some people really like it, and I understand it. I enjoyed it. Up against Moana, it has no chance. So goodbye, and we'll talk more about Moana later.
Thank you, Molly.
Oh boy.
The number 6 seed,
well.
Bambi, against the number 11 seed, Robin Hood.
Easy.
Bambi, pretty good across the board, except with audiences. Robin Hood, the inverse of a lot of other older Disney movies, panned by critics, loved by fans. 14th in IMDb, 21st in audience meter, but 58 and 56th in the critical ones.
What? I'm so sorry. And this is maybe I'm showing my ignorance. Other than a trauma simulator, like what does Bambi have going for it? And I don't want to not vote for a movie because it's sad, but like characters, like plot, like
what is
I
it?
don't get it for Bambi.
What are we doing
What
in
are
the
we-
movie? Is
and
that
then
what you're
he's
saying?
like, and now I'm an adult. That's
Now-
I don't know. I don't-
now a hunter can shoot me.
yeah, and now I've shed my childhood, and I'm like so serious. I don't know. I don't like it.
I didn't know we were going to go this way because it's not even trying to insult Bambi. It's like I've long thought the same thing of like, so what are we doing? We just have a bunch of animals. They're just hanging out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's gutsy to kill off the mom right away, and when you think of sad movie, maybe unfairly sad, like Bambi is the poster child. So yes, it's classic. As a film, I don't really like it. I could have got that from like a nature infomercial or something. Like, I don't know. I don't like Bambi. I don't like the
Two things.
I don't know. That Thumper's cool.
Yeah.
And
Two things
Daisy
that
or
make me
whatever,
laugh
the
about
skunk
that
is.
is one, I thought you were going the complete opposite direction.
I
You were
did
gonna
too.
kill
I
Rob
totally
for
thought he
some
was
reason.
going the opposite way.
And two, there's just something. I think Disney actually took this for the formula for the rest of their lives, though, because the parent died in the beginning, and that's just like what every other Disney movie did in the future. So
Or in the middle, like Lion King.
I actually love Robin Hood. I love this adaptation of Robin Hood. I think it.
I cannot fucking believe that's where we
I
are.
actually do too. I liked Robin Hood quite a bit.
Holy shit. I thought I was going to have to defend Robin Hood. I'm like, I replayed this version of Robin Hood on like my VHS and the big squishy box thing of Disney. I think more than almost any of the old movies. Holy fuck, do I love this version of Robin Hood.
Yeah, and I think my favorite part is when he's the crane in the archery competition.
Wow.
It's just classic. I read an article that was like, is Robin Hood responsible for furries now? And maybe
you know what? A lot of those
Marion,
a lot of those fox furries look really similar to how Robin Hood looks to this day.
Yeah.
That was a really good point about Bambi in terms of that animation for
Correct.
1942.
I was going to single that out as well. Michaela's right. That's easily the best looking Disney movie of the first 15 or so.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's really until Sleeping Beauty, which is also kind of a cheat code that we'll talk about more later.
Yeah, so that's a really, really good point to make. Its animation is fucking amazing.
There's no reason that should have happened in 1942.
Hey, Michaela, I missed it. Did she vote Bambi or Robin Hood?
She voted Bambi, but it doesn't matter because
if you
Robin
look
Hood.
at the screen,
no, it doesn't matter.
If you look at the screen cap of Bambi, I would be like, oh, it's like a 1973 movie, not 42.
Yeah, it looks like the newer movie of the two right here.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Yep.
So that part at least deserves a lot of credit, and the animals are all neat and all, but looks like just about everybody except for Michaela is going Robin Hood, and I'll go Bambi just to make it a 3-1, but it doesn't matter. Robin Hood advances. 2 more left in the first round.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Number 7, Emperor's New Groove against number 10, Rescuers, and this could get thorny.
Who's gonna start?
So I recently watched Emperor's New Groove because I watched it like halfway through when it came out. Like I really wasn't big time into it, and Courtney loved it, so she had me and the kids watch it like 6 months ago maybe. I didn't realize that I liked it. David Spade is not my favorite voice actor. He's kind of annoying, but John Goodman carries the entire thing completely. He is fantastic in that movie, and the movie is really good because of him and mostly him alone. So yeah. I think it's great.
Emperor's New Groove continued the run during this time of, man, the villains are really funny.
Yeah.
The villains are really funny and really good. Kronk and Yzma are a fucking absolutely hilarious duo. I just rewatched it this past weekend before we did this, and all I come away from it was like, I like Spade more than the average person. He is whiny and annoying as fuck, but man, they cast a whiny, annoying fuck for a whiny, annoying fucking character. Yeah. I'm surprised Emperor's New Groove has spawned anything after it, which is amazing because I don't think it did very well as what it was supposed to. Man,
box office wise,
box office wise,
yeah.
And again, I do really like this version of the Rescuers a lot, and like this is a shitty matchup, honestly.
Maisie, Groove has a special place in your heart, like
because
fucking,
this is her.
When
this is
never
like,
knew that,
but this is like her. It's her type of comedy in the animated movie thing. Like,
I have a lot of love for Rescuers. I love the sequel, as I said. I think the sequel's a little bit better than the original.
I agree.
It's flawed, but it's very good. The Rescue Society song is fucking awesome. It's a banger. I think it's a flawed movie. So is Emperor's New Groove. I think overall, though, it's a better film. I probably am going to go Emperor's New Groove, but I'm going to wait to see if my vote matters.
I mean, I'm going Emperor's
New Groove. I hope
it
doesn't.
I'm going Emperor's New Groove.
Dave and Cody definitely are. So Chris, what are you doing?
I'm also going Emperor's New Groove. I like both Rescuers movies. I think they're both really pleasant is the word I go to for them. But I think the humor in Emperor's New Groove holds up surprisingly well. Maybe the best of any of these movies from 25 or 30 years ago. It did not do well critically, as Cody mentioned, and it did not do especially well at the box office, especially after Tarzan, which did do big numbers. But I think it still has to win this matchup for me, and it could be in trouble in the next round either way.
The end of Rescuers with the diamond and the
what I'm saying, like that,
fucking PTSD of caves and is filled with water and Penny and oh man.
I really wonder if you tweaked a couple things in Emperor's New Groove, gave it some better music, if I'm being honest. If it would do much better today, because Ben, I think its humor is much more applicable to today than 2000, because it is a fucking smart ass movie. Yeah. Like it just being sarcastic and dickish over and over and over again.
As Cody and I talked about last week after the show, one of the earliest spots for Patrick Warburton, a voice we now know everywhere. But yes, he was Joe on Family Guy for a season and a half before this, but him as Kronk really was a launching point for him.
He is Kronk, and again, Goodman in this role, especially when John Goodman is, I'm assuming, got to be really famous in 2000, right? With Roseanne and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Chat Rock, I'm sorry. We are, again, not voting for an old movie.
I know.
And I'm part of the problem.
Hey, Emperor's New Groove is 26 years old.
Hey, look at who it is.
Speaking of old movies, here's a layup that we can at least move on from the first round with. Hey. Number 2, Fantasia, versus number 15, Home on the Range. Now, look, Fantasia is very different than most of the other movies on this list, except Fantasia 2000. But regardless, it's a massive classic. You can see how well it's regarded critically, and it's not Home on the Range, so I feel like we can just push it forward.
Yep. Great.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Home on the Range is fucking terrible. All 4 of its numbers start with a 6 in a 64 movie field. Think about that for a minute. Goodbye.
I've never seen it. I don't know. I have no idea what it's about.
Don't. All right. Our last part here will be finishing up this next round, the second round. We will leave the last 8 on this side and the championship match.
I don't think a lot of these matchups are that hard either.
I don't think so either. What do you want to say about Fox and the Hound before it goes away?
Nothing. I love it. Nothing. It's great. It's sad, but still redeeming. But I mean,
we definitely need a live action version of it that we haven't gotten yet. I hope we have one soon.
Yeah.
Fox and the Hound has one of the most touching movies of any movie on this list. Yeah. The whole "Goodbye May Seem Forever" song.
Yeah.
Where she drops him off in the middle of the woods and he's fucking sad about it, gets me every time.
Yeah.
It's not enough to overcome Beauty and the Beast.
No.
Nope.
So we'll just go ahead and move that on. Beauty and the Beast is going to have to get some challenges eventually, but we're not there yet.
I like Fox and the Hound.
I like it too.
I do too. It's
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. It made me sad in a different way than Dumbo made me sad. I see the spirit of why I'm getting sad about this movie versus Dumbo where I'm just like, this is just depressing.
Yeah.
And I really liked that one as a kid, but yeah, I just have to go with Beauty.
gonna go Wreck-It Ralph.
Like, Wreck-It
Yeah.
Ralph is the 5 seed, Zootopia the 4 seed, and I think I will also go Wreck-It Ralph.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I would vote
it's
for
good.
Zootopia too, but I'm not gonna. Again, we're running behind, and the three of you very easily went with that. There's no point.
I enjoyed Zootopia too, and there's some second round matchups I would still have it advancing in, but the problem is I like the first one so much because of what it does with like commentary on social issues, and this one is just like following up the world that they built, with more of the same.
Yeah, and
It's fun. I
get you.
enjoyed it a lot, but I don't think I'd have it being Wreck-It Ralph.
I mean, Zootopia 2's biggest thing that carries it is them in the swampland for that chunk of time, hanging out with the reptiles and stuff. Is a really fun segment because we didn't dive into any of that in the original movie, and I really, really do appreciate it. Also, casting Andy Samberg as a voice in that movie really made me laugh when he first spoke. I thought that was fucking hilarious because I just like him a lot. And that's all.
Okay.
Wreck-It Ralph moves on. We have the 3 seed Pinocchio versus the number 6 seed Tarzan. Tarzan was already on a little bit of slippery footing in the last round to make it here, and I think Pinocchio is one of the most important Disney movies of all time, so it easily has my vote here.
Me too.
I agree with what Chris just said.
Okay,
so.
then we don't need to spend a lot of
Sorry, I
time.
was like, you
I
wanna
vote
say goodbye.
Tarzan because I don't like Pinocchio as a film. I can recognize the importance and the how iconic it is, how much it matters, the music and all that. I just, as a film, I don't like it. But we can move on.
That's a really good matchup of music of those two.
Yeah, it's very different.
Honestly, for what it's worth.
And then we have the number 7 seed, Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, up against the 2 seed Little Mermaid. This is a clash of times and a clash of styles.
I mean, The Little Mermaid's an actual movie, and Winnie the Pooh's not.
Yeah,
for what it's worth.
I think like Little Mermaid has some problems, and not just like the obvious one, but even like with pacing, it's a little odd. To me, it's the actual movie. It's still a classic.
I think Little Mermaid's tone always kind of threw me off.
Yeah,
a little bit. Maybe that's what you mean. Like, maybe I'm thinking of tone versus pacing and that. But I always thought it was just like a little clunky for what I thought was supposed to be like a really, really great Disney movie, and it's just not in that tier of some of the other ones. But I'm still gonna probably vote for Little Mermaid over Winnie the Pooh, even if I love Winnie the Pooh as much as I do. Mostly because again, Winnie the Pooh's that version is not really a movie.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, as Sean said, all
and
the
I
characters.
hate that.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I just agree with you. I actually would love to vote for Winnie the Pooh because Little Mermaid is almost like you with Cody with Lion King because it came out when I was like 4. So
For sure.
Didn't fully grasp it at the time. It's good. I didn't love it like I did the other 90s ones, even though it's definitely good. What I enjoy watching probably more is Winnie the Pooh, but Little Mermaid probably wins just because of what it is.
I want to let Chris talk, and then I
totally agree with what just Dave was saying.
Yeah.
Now I'm drinking water, so it's
sorry.
Sorry.
It's fine. I don't even remember anymore. It doesn't matter. Little Mermaid's going to advance. I was just going to say, I think, Sean mentioned like all the characters in Winnie the Pooh are fun. The world's great. It's like the best escapism of most of the Disney stuff, I think, because it's like transport you to your fancy storybook world and have fun with Christopher Robin and friends. I wish it could make a second round. I don't think it can do it over Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is why I dismissed the redo of Winnie the Pooh so much is I can't have any of those voices be somebody else. It is a time capsule going back, and everyone who voiced everything in Winnie the Pooh is how I want them to sound, and I really can't like have other people sound that way. It just doesn't work for me.
It'll be interesting talking about Little Mermaid later because I think you could argue it top to bottom best music in the entire Disney library. Just very different sounding, but also very good. But we'll get there.
On the bottom
Sterling
half,
Holloway was his name.
Oh. Well, let's go ahead and give a quick
Sterling
rest
Holloway-
in
Sterling
peace
Holloway was
to Princess and
It's
the
a battle of
Frog,
the
the number 8
Browns.
seed
Oh,
up
no.
against Aladdin, the
The
1
minority
seed.
battle.
Anything you want to say about Princess and the Frog before it goes away?
No.
It could have been better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely could have been better.
Because again, the setting of it I adore so very much, and I'm just like, man, it's gonna be a little bit better if the protagonists were maybe a little bit more enjoyable.
Yep. Exactly.
I have one last thing to say about it. I am so angry at Disneyland for not including the villain in the ride because
Me
I think
too.
it would have been fantastic.
We talked about this when we did the rides thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so dumb that they
Could have
didn't.
made it great, and instead it's
Dumb.
yeah, okay.
And I get where they were going with it, but boy, they did not know what they had with the actual characters people gave a shit about.
Yeah.
We will talk about Aladdin, don't worry, but it probably isn't going to matter until at least the next round.
I love
Also
so
great
much.
music.
We have the number 12, Sword in the Stone, against the number 4, Sleeping Beauty, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Sleeping Beauty trounces Sword in the Stone, and I don't think this should be a
It's
discussion.
not even close.
Yep.
We'll talk about Sleeping Beauty later, and we already kind of talked about Sword in the Stone.
I just want to say I do like Sword in the Stone a lot. There's a lot to it.
Yeah,
Sleeping Beauty is a better movie in every way, but I just have to say I like it. It's not like, oh man, this is so much better in every like. But it is a better
I
movie,
think it's
so.
so much better. But
Well,
I get what you're saying.
This being a topic of no discussion is not a slight against Sword in the Stone. It's a recognition of Sleeping Beauty's strength.
Yes.
And then we have the 3-seed Moana against the surprise upstart 11-seed Robin Hood, in which I will be voting for Moana instantly.
This is tougher for me. I can't say instantly,
Mhm.
but I do think when you combine all the elements, Moana is a better film.
It's an original-ish story, and Robin Hood's it's a very classic story with a bunch of animal skins thrown over it. Again,
And not even unique animal skins.
not
in some
really,
regards?
not really. Again, I really love Robin, but there's no fucking way I could vote for it over Moana.
Yeah, that's
That would be fucking insane. I'm sorry. And again, it's a movie I loved as a kid.
Maisie. I'm sorry for not
Sorry.
voting Robin Hood. I know a lot of your
What else? One
development.
thing I'll say in
was-
defense of Robin Hood. I'll say in defense of Robin Hood is that it got too much shit for the financial issues Disney's had where they did reskin the same characters over and over
Yeah.
again. Like that got so much shit at the time, or at least, the 90s. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Whatever. They reuse the same characters. It's about the story that was told, and I think that's more important. And Robin does have a really special place in my heart, but Moana, I've seen Moana dozens of times. It still holds up really
It
well,
is.
so
It's-
it
yeah.
wins.
It's really
This is one of those like low seed matchups where the low seed tries really hard for like halfway through the second half and then runs out of steam.
yeah.
Robin Hood is, as again, I think a very underrated film for its early time period of Disney. I think it
Mhm.
gets shit on more than it should for that run into the 70s.
Yep.
And finally, to wrap up this episode, we have the 7-seed Emperor's New Groove against the 2-seed Fantasia. I saw when the brackets were being developed. This was one of the potential matchups, and it's a weird one because they have almost nothing in common. They're from very different eras. They're very different styles. So where you fall on this probably comes down to like how much credit you give Fantasia for being ahead of the curve.
And I do give a lot of credit. And that image
Mhm.
of the wizard Mickey is one of the most enduring Mickey images out there. Very iconic. Groove is a better movie, like by a lot.
I'm
Fantasia's
actually
like a
curious to-
display.
yeah.
I'm
It's
actually
just a
curious
tech
to know
demo.
how much other than The Sorcerer's Apprentice do you know of Fantasia?
I've seen it all once, and I don't remember anything else.
Because Fantasia is just a bunch of
Classic.
vignettes of classical music.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a music
And-
video.
Yeah, it is. Me, I actually, as I grow older, I like Emperor's New Groove a lot. I actually enjoy what Fantasia did, what it means, the animation in it, and I like classical music a lot. Like, I actually enjoy listening to it. So I think I'm going to go Fantasia for what it means, even though I can recognize the fun and good writing of Emperor's New Groove.
I mean, Fantasia's showing off, like for a
Yeah.
movie even from the 1940s, or
40.
early,
It is,
literally
yeah.
1940. It is showing
Yeah.
off. This is what we're gonna do, and this is what we're capable of.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't really have a story to put to it right now.
Now the Kingdom Hearts world of Fantasia is really good because it's just classical music.
I was gonna say that makes a
So
lot of
that's
sense.
fun. But yeah,
And so it's like I don't know how to vote because it's like Fantasia's just it is a display of what. Again, this is why I hated Fantasia 2000 so much. I'm like, what are we fucking doing?
So-
Who gives a shit now? Like,
Yeah.
make a fucking real movie.
well that's what I'm saying. So it's like, the demo PT. Some people love it, and it's this horror thing. It's like, yeah, it's great, but like, it's not a real game. It's a 30-minute tech demo, and that's how I feel about Fantasia.
God, I feel like kind of blasphemous for wanting to lean towards Emperor's New Groove, but I'm also super biased because it's like an A-tier movie for me, even though it shouldn't be.
Look, I prefaced all my things in my voting what I think the better film is, or like what was more important, and I very clearly went what I prefer.
Yeah, part of me is just like
So-
I'm sitting here being like I'm trying to advance Pinocchio as much as I can for all of those historic things, and it's like I'm not going to sit here and do that for Fantasia. I just want to watch the funny movie that makes me laugh.
Now you're getting in trouble.
Unfortunately,
Ugh.
I am putting more significance on historical stuff in this bracket. And I'm voting for Fantasia, and it's got a 4-1 advantage in the tiebreaker.
Which is fine. That makes me feel
Because
better.
Emperor's New Groove is
alright.
good. And I think Sean's right that is it a better movie? Would I rather watch it? Yeah. But Fantasia is Fantasia. And I don't think it can go home this early.
That's fine. Then I can vote Emperor's New Groove and then not care that it's dying and just sit there and.
And
I
again,
also
like
did.
I'm not
We both
swaying
did.
that
But
vote
the
because the tiebreaker, I was going to vote Fantasia going in.
Yeah,
so it's
thankfully the chat makes it. I get to vote what I want, and then the better thing probably should that it's advancing
that's what's
is
fun.
advancing. I get everything I want. That's great.
Exactly.
And that leaves us with where we will end for this episode. Next week, we have the conclusion of the right side of the bracket, and the winner of that will go on to face Zootopia. No, not Zootopia, Lion King in the finals. We still have, we can scroll through and see them. They're very small, but next week we'll be deciding between Beauty and the Beast and Wreck-It Ralph, Pinocchio and Little Mermaid, Aladdin and Sleeping Beauty, and Moana and Fantasia. We breezed through a lot of matchups on the first part of this right side of the bracket, so we're going to start getting a lot harder with what we have left for next week. And then whatever emerges from that side of the bracket will face the Lion King to decide it all.
There's like easily 2 movies on the right side that I think are better than the Lion King. But it'll all come down to the matchups. If we all push fucking Pinocchio through, then it's gonna be interesting.
I have a different movie I want to push through on that. I have a very specific movie on the right side that I want to win this thing now.
Okay.
And I'm going to do everything I can to have it win.
I do too now.
I like that Cody has agendas. It's just, fuck everybody else. He has an agenda.
No, now I do. I didn't do it on the left side. I can see Conceded was like, I like Zootopia. It's fine. That's going to lose. Blah, blah, blah. Look. No, I have an agenda now, and I'm going to vote for this movie over every single thing possible left in the bracket.
I mean, you say agenda, but the whole premise is voting like your favorite movie. So I don't know. I think you're just kind of doing what we set out to do. It seems very.
I wonder if Sean and I have the exact same movie, and we're gonna get 2 votes on it over and over and over again.
I don't know if we do, because I could have 2 that really are there, but one of them is extremely dear to my heart.
I don't know that I got that vibe from any of them yet, so you were hiding it. I was also hiding mine. I tried to hide mine.
We breezed through a lot. Is part.
I know. I tried to hide mine as well.
Yeah. All right.
So that'll be next week. Please join us. We appreciate all the people tuning into the live chat and helping us break ties. As you saw, it can make a difference, because if we're 2-2, we leave it up in your hands. I have a feeling that's going to happen at least a couple of times, even with the limited amount of matchups we have left, because a couple of these are going to be really close, I think. So please tune in next week, assuming Sean can join remotely.
Probably.
He'll just be in the chat, and his vote will count more than everybody else in the chat.
Right, it'll be a super vote.
I mean, it's going to be, again, like 9 o'clock. I refuse to be out by 9 o'clock.
Aren't you up till 1 o'clock in the morning?
Well, I know, but it's a work thing. So we're getting cocktails or whatever, or like a happy hour.
You have more important things to do than do that. You don't want to do that.
Yeah,
right.
You can tell him
I don't want to do it.
I'm at a podcast and we have an important episode.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that'll be next week, and also a Top 100 trivia that is Disney themed. So just stick around for that as well, because I think Top 100 is a lot of fun. Our contestants seem to have enjoyed it, and this time it's going to be our first non-sports one. So all you Disney fans out there will have something to look forward to there as well. We will decide this tournament and do that next week. Thank you for watching. In between episodes, you can find us at our website, grayareas.live, or youtube.com/@grayareaslive, where you can chime in and vote along with everybody else. Thank you for watching.